No matter the vision of God, it is castrated if you is not involved. The you there is not me in person. The one there means you're yielding. If you don't yield, you can't grow. Because God can never conscript a man. He can't force a man. He can't push. He can't impose. As scripture says, that the Spirit of God does not strive in the spirit of who? Man. I bring before you life and death, but I urge you what? I think in the book of Judges, you know the man called Gideon in the book of Judges. And when God wanted to select army that will follow Gideon, he said, take them to the river bank. Anyone that drink like this, anyone that drink like that wants to go home. And those ones that drink the way they want to drink, they said, oh yeah, go home. He showed that in the kingdom, God is very selective depending on the person involved. If the man is not yielding, if he has not yielded himself, he can do a camouflage. That is why the problem we have in spirituality today, why you see a man will manifest 60% of spirituality or 60% of flesh and 40% of spirituality, is simply because the yield volume, the volume of yielding, and because of that, he can experience God in only few phases of his life. There are some people you hear today that they have this so encounter. This was their revelation. It is different from your own because of the level of yielding. Some has yielded to God to the point that it's an automated action. Something naturally that comes out. Blessed are those who are led by the Spirit. You must know one thing about the Spirit. The Spirit is very light. If you are heavy, it will not lead you. Very light. And only light can reflect light. Very light. So if a man has not yielded himself, according to scripture, he said, rent your heart, not your garment. Yielding. And the evidence that you yield is for, you are now owned by him. God does not own a rebellious and a stubborn heart. Ownership. Every day and night, we cry in the kingdom simply because there are men who are many, much. But only few have yielded. Only few have given themselves. Only few have surrendered. Only few have received what they call the heart sacrifice certificate. God offerings and sacrifice you will not desire, but the body you prepare. That's yielding. You gave not just your eyes to God, not just your ears, not just your hands, not just your feet. You gave everything that has to do about you. I have given everything. Me as an apostle, I have given everything to God. Remain one. I'm telling you before I share. And even today when I was praying this afternoon, I came before the Lord. I said, Lord, you know this is the only thing I'm asking for me to do. Only thing I'm asking for me. There's a man I know deep down that went to prayer, as was praying concerning an encounter. God came to him. The man is a missionary. God came to him and said, this is your wife. He was not praying for wife. He started crying. He said, Lord, you know I said this I want to marry. There are people on earth that Jesus said that these ones, they were naturally eunuchs. That these ones, they made themselves, have you heard about that? Eunuchs. They made themselves eunuchs for the sake of what they wanted to get. And because of that, they gave themselves solely to God. Solely to God. Those sets of people, their spiritual life and yours are different. You know why? Because they have become living sacrifice. Alive yet dead.